Hey everybody, welcome to Rise or Die, episode 139. Don't rest on your laurels. So number one, if you guys hadn't noticed, we finally got some cool shirts. It's been a long time in the making. You're gonna see these pretty much every day because I freaking love it. Rise or die. Let's take this to as many people as possible. I'm gonna follow what I preach. That's just the way I roll. Now, here's the thing. So don't rest on your laurels. This is a really easy concept, but it's hard to actually put in practice. So I'm gonna give you an example. When I was 21, when I was 19, I did my first million in revenue. The problem is at 20, I did less. At 21, I did less. It started to decrease. Now the revenue decreased, my sales revenue, meaning my income decreased. Here's essentially what happened. At 19 years old, I was killing it. I was absolutely killing it in the industry, in the sales that I was doing. That's amazing for 19, let's face it. However, I thought that was like the pinnacle of my career. Like, okay, cool, so now sales are just gonna come to me like left and right. I don't actually have to do anything, I'm just awesome. Now I'm being facetious. This wasn't like my conscious thought, but subconsciously, it's how I ended up acting. Like, okay, cool, now I'm done, the hard work's over. I was resting on my laurels. Now, I obviously paid for that. I paid for that significantly when it comes to my finances and so forth. Let me give you another example that this time I acted a little bit differently. In the last week, I've closed more deals at a faster rate than I have in the last 6 months. It feels really good. Like we're bringing on better clients that we want to work with, that we're excited to work with, and that we can do a whole lot for. Not only that, but some of them are better paying clients than what we previously had. The really easy thing to do right here, right now, is to take a step back and say, okay, cool, I'm in Guatemala. It's pretty here. I don't know how much you can see, but it's pretty here. I get to see volcanoes, maybe even hike one if I took a couple days off. I get to walk around and see ruins and do all these cool things. How about I just take a breath? Wrong. See, there's two reasons why. Number one, if I stop selling, revenue goes down. No bueno, right? Very simple. Here's the other piece. Sales is only half the battle. Now I have to go deliver. And if I'm closing deals at a faster rate, guess what? That means I have to figure out how to deliver at a much faster rate. If I can't deliver, clients are giving me the finger as well as a bad review and saying adios. Now that doesn't work for anybody. So I can't take the foot off the gas pedal on sales because I need to continue having them come in, and I can't take the foot off the gas pedal on delivery. The natural thing to do is to say, nope, I'm gonna take a break. The realistic situation dictates I keep going. Every single day I have to choose to rise or I can choose to die. Now, here's the funny part. I accidentally, this is take two, I accidentally said rise and die. That's not really how we roll. It's rise or die, because every day that you're not expanding and leaping and rising, guess what? You're sedentary. Even if you're not going backwards, guess what? Staying the same, you might as well go backwards. Emotionally and mentally, you are going to end up dying. Let me put it into context. When's the last time you talked to somebody that had the same job and income and situation for 50 years? Did they have any regret? Yeah, you bet they did. They didn't take enough risks, they didn't expand, they didn't rise every single day. No matter your situation, no matter what is going on in your life, across body, being, balance, and business. I gave two business examples, but this applies to marriage. In fact, let's take a step back and look at that. Do you have a good marriage? Okay, cool, let's assume you do. If you have a bad marriage, well, of course you need to rise. But let's say you have a good marriage. Is it full of as much fun, intimacy, connection, and yes, sex as possible? If no, then guess what? Rise. Do something more. Don't rest on your good marriage. What does that even mean? Rest when you get to the top and you have a marriage on fire. Oh wait, you can't, because that gets rid of your marriage on fire. We have this mindset that there's always an end point. There's always a day in which we're just going to be able to sit back, watch Netflix, walk around, do whatever the heck we want, drink some beer and call it a day. That is not how life works. You will never be in that situation. That's just a reality that you have to face, just like I did. Rise every day. Stop resting on your laurels. Where across body, being, balance, and business are you starting to rest on your laurels? Where are you contracting or staying the same as opposed to rising and expanding? Now that's it for episode 139. As always, do me 2 solid favors. Number 1, follow on YouTube. Number 2, rate us on iTunes. And when I say do me a favor, I mean do like everybody a favor, because it's the only way that we can get the Rise or Die movement to as many people as possible. Now that being said, I'll talk to you tomorrow.